I am going to give you 3 keys to a Chicago Bears victory over the 4-2 LA Rams this Monday night, and it starts right now. If you are new to the channel, please like the video, please subscribe to the page because we do talk Chicago sports weekly. We don't want you to miss a thing, so make sure that you hit that bell. So the Chicago Bears are heading out to LA this week to play the LA Rams, and what many people would probably call a big game for Chicago moving forward. I think that this will be the game that if they're able to come away with a victory, it'll prove to a lot of the doubters, the naysayers, the national people who are saying that they can't do it, that, oh, this team is for real, especially if they're able to move to 6-1. So I am going to give you 3 keys to a Chicago Bears victory versus the LA Rams. Key number 1, make Jared Goff play quarterback. That's right, the same thing that they said about Mitch Trubisky. I believe it can work with Jared Goff. We've seen that he's a quarterback that if both phases aren't working at all cylinders, he can be a little bit spotty, and that opens up opportunities for your defense to really get a lot of things done. Got to give Jared Goff credit though. He's having a pretty good season so far. 10 touchdowns, 4 interceptions over 6 games so far. Hosting a QBR of 101.4. Look, that's doing pretty good. But me personally, I'm not a big believer in Jared Goff. And I think that the Chicago Bears can come out and disrupt what he likes to do, especially if they're able to slow down the running game like they did against the Carolina Panthers. This is a Bears team that struggled against the run a little bit this season, and I think that if they can come out and give another effort like they did against Mike Davis in Carolina coming into this week, that they'll really be able to slow down a lot of what the LA Rams want to do offensively. The big thing with the Rams is make it so that you have to not be able to key in on Jared Goff. Make it so that Jared Goff can kind of go his own way. And listen, Jared Goff's not coming off of a great game versus San Francisco either. And this isn't a San Francisco defense that's top of the NFL. This is a San Francisco team that's pretty banged up this season. And they were able to handle the Rams pretty soundly. Jared Goff in week 6 only mustering up about 198 yards, threw for 2 touchdowns and an interception. If we can get him to have a performance like that, and I'm talking about early, this is the best defense on first down completion right now. So early, get to Jared Goff, make him uncomfortable, make him have to honestly play quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Now, we don't have to worry about him escaping as much, which can come in handy, but you do got to worry about the play action. You do got to worry about the run. The run game for the Rams this season has been a strong point, and so I think if you can slow that down a lot like you did Mike Davis, and that was a strong point for the Carolina Panthers, then forcing Jared Goff to have to make those quick decisions, because you know, even if you slow him down, Khalil Mack's coming with the rush, Robert Quinn's putting on a lot of pressure, Akiem Hicks coming up the middle. If you force him to make those quick decisions, we could see some turnovers in this game for sure. Before I continue with the video, I want to know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think the keys are to a Chicago Bears victory? Also, big shout out to the Stanton Wood Company for hooking your boy up with the new Bears chain. You know what I'm saying? You know what I feel me? Definitely going to be a staple to my ensemble on Sunday. Make sure you guys check them out by checking the link in the comment below. And speaking of turnovers, my second key for the game, we have to get those tip balls at the line. Listen, if you have the ability to slow down the run game and you're forcing Jared Goff to make a pass, make those quick decisions, I want to see some tip balls at the line. We've seen it the past couple of weeks, and we haven't been able to bring those interceptions in, but we have to create the turnovers and then grab the turnovers, grab the easy turnovers. The best thing you can do for this offense, honestly, is to make Nick Foles' life as easy as possible. Get him some short fields. I'm not saying that he can't drive you the length of the field. I'm not saying that he can't be the reason that you drive down the field and you're able to score a touchdown, but why make his life that difficult? If you're able to get Nick Foles short fields in this game, if you're able to get Jared Goff like he was last week, kind of out of his rhythm, you'll be able to handle this LA Rams team soundly, and it really puts pressure on now the Rams defense, which we know they're coming with some pressure with Aaron Donald on the other side, but it puts pressure on them to get stops, to make those stops in tough positions, in short field situations. And I think that those are the moments where we can see Nick Foles do his best work. We saw it last week in Carolina when they were able to get that ball over. Now, not the greatest drive, I'd say that, but at the end of the day, Nick Foles was able to get that ball in there. If our defense can get more of those key plays like we did last week versus the Rams, and you give Nick Foles a short field, he's able to do things with it. I think that we saw that pretty consistently throughout his career. If he's given the easier route, he's able to make that happen. Unfortunately, right now, we can't boast that we have a prolific offense, a dominant offense that can just run up the score on you. So get them the easiest scoring opportunities possible and allow them to put points on the board. And key number 3 for me, spread the ball around consistently on offense. This is one of the best passing defenses in the NFL. They're top 5 in passing yards allowed. And they got ate up a little bit last week, so they're going to be looking to redeem themselves. Jimmy Graham kind of was able to go off, I believe, for 263, and I know he threw for 3 touchdowns in that game. So we're looking at a defense that is going to be looking to get back to their normal ways to prove that, okay, that was a fluke. This is going to have to be a week where you are going to have to spread the ball around as much as possible, because Jalen Ramsey is going to be following Allen Robinson around like a hawk. If you can allow him to be the focal point of Jalen Ramsey's coverage, look, let's get some other guys involved more consistently. I'd love to see a Cole Kmet more consistently. Let me see more of Darnell Mooney. I'm always here for more Darnell Mooney. And listen, let's get Anthony Miller going. We got to get Anthony Miller going for sure. I think that this team can do a lot of good things. I think that they have a lot of good weapons, but you have to get Anthony Miller going to really spread things out for this offense, and I think they've kind of shied away from him. Let this be the game where he shows you that he's still got it, that he can prove to you that he's still got it. I think that Anthony Miller is one of those receivers where you can set him up with one of those little short routes and he can break it long. We got to get him the opportunities, though. And listen, I loved what I saw from Cole Kmet, but only 2 catches last week. Let's get him in there a little bit more. If we can get this receiving core going, this is a defense that last week showed you it's possible to break down in the passing game, even with what their stats have been throughout the season. Because honestly, stats that might be a little bit inflated. When you look at them, they look great, right? 4th in passing. Look at the teams they played, though. Cowboys week 1, we know they're struggling. Eagles week 2, another struggling team. Lost to the Bills when Josh Allen came out. Josh Allen put in work on them in the passing game. The Giants once again in week 4, and then the Washington football team in week 5, and then once again a real quarterback comes into the room, Jimmy G, and he's able to put up some good numbers against them. So this is not a passing attack that is oh my God, we can't throw the ball against these guys. No, these guys can be attacked. And I think that if you're able to, like I said, with all the other keys, if you're able to get multiple receivers involved, not just Allen Robinson, I think that this is a very, very winnable game for the Chicago Bears, and that they could leave LA 6-1. But as always, I want to know your opinion. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think the keys are to a Chicago Bears victory versus the LA Rams? I am going to get up out of here. Here's your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again. To continue watching our content, click the links here or check the links in the description below. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Peace.